Yes, guys, welcome from me, Championship Manager 0102, the D.T.L Season 5, as we come to the end of November and into the December month. We've had to wait fucking ages for Mark to get this. I mean, Jesus Christ. So we've had Christmas. That's no fucking excuse for him to take so long. But, do you know what? I had a moderate month, so I'm going to let it go. Where do we start with then? We'll start with me. Of course we will. So for me, it was a balanced month, to be honest with you. We had 2 wins and 2 defeats, I believe. So the month started then against Man United, run by London from the Forum, so a fellow human manager. And it was a good result. It was a good result indeed. But the most important thing that I look at is the stats. If I lose a game and I've been champ manned, I'm fucked off, obviously. But you know that you didn't get it wrong tactically. I think I probably got it wrong tactically. I mean, that was a bit of a shit game for me. Look at that with the red card. I actually read this up, the red cards. And I'm assuming, Mark, I could be wrong on this. Have you got any sort of, not enhancement, what's the word I want to use? Is there anything implemented for red cards? Because you don't often see that on the vanilla. Chouters threw a punch at Horizon. Chouters threw a punch at Horizon. Chouters was punched in the face by Horizon. So they literally flung a punch at each other. So yeah, got lucky on that. Losing to Trunky. Now, I'm going to leave Spectral alone this particular video because all my attentions are turned to Trunky. You fucking know why. Nah, to be fair, he totally did me, and I can't grumble with that. So whilst I said moderate month, because I'm still in a fairly good position, it could have been a lot worse, I guess. But, Trunky, well done, as much as that pains me to say. And he outdid me. A couple of injuries, which was quite funny, considering one of those injuries was Vieira. Anyway, League Cup against AI opponent, we had to win that really, and to be fair, we dominated it, which so we should. Is that Stephen McPhee? It is. So yeah, we advanced to the quarterfinals of the League Cup, and finally, our last game of the month was against a fellow manager, Hull City, fellow manager as in fellow human manager, and that was AMC. Not happy with that whatsoever. A red card, totally outplayed. And of all people to get a red card, of course, it's Montero. You can't script it sometimes, can you? And I've got to be honest with you, I actually forgot that Montero would be starting a ban on the 10th of December, my birthday, by the way. And I've already sent my team in, so I would imagine the assistant manager will automatically put somebody else in. So, so I don't know. In terms of the league itself, we're in 5th place. We've got to step it up. We've got to, from the fellow manager's perspective, as you can see right there, we've got 13 managers in the top flight, and we're in 5th place, so I can't really grumble at that. And we lost to the league leaders. So to be fair to AMC, he's had a good old run. And I was using the 4-3-3, one of the unlocked formations at one point, but I'll give him credit where it's due. So that's what's we're there. So that's AMC, our current league leader. We've got to have a look at Man City really, because although they're 6 points off the pace with a game in hand, they do still sport an unbeaten record. That is AJ's tactic, the 4-2-4. All the formations, of course, as you know, are unlocked. They can't cherry pick whatever they want. Colchester, Trunky, of course. Trunky's playing that 3-5-2 defensive. I quite like that. I quite like it. On to Arsenal. Arsenal are run by Marimo. Now, I'm trying to remember who the new person was. Was it Marimo? 4-4-2? Not too bad at all, to be honest with you. Okay. Who should we go to next? So we'll go to Spectral. Going to be nice, because Spectral's down in 6th. That's why I'm going to be nice. I'm sure Spectral's changed his formation slightly with the arrows. The arrows, I think, have changed slightly. Mark Draper. Fucking hell. Times are hard when you're playing Mark Draper. Jesus. So that's Spectral. On to Leeds United. Leeds United are run by Dweverston at 4-2-4. Okay. On to Liverpool. Run by Redknapp. And his formation, 4-4-2. See, I think he's got a fairly good side, to be honest with you. A couple of good players. Did he have any players out injured? DJ Armenia, fucking hell, what a bad boy. What an absolute bad boy of CM. Between DJ Armenia, Anelka and Pierre Van Hooijdonk are in like 3 versions of CM of this series. They were complete cunts, all of them. On to Leicester City. I've got to remind myself who's in charge of Leicester City. General Smuts. General Smuts is in charge of Leicester City. And so they've got that 3-5-2 defensive setup as well, but with a hell of an arrow there for Martin Eriksson. That is a hell of an arrow. Okay, fair dues. On to Preston North End, managed by Luke. Luke, is he one of the newbies? Yeah, he's playing that 5-3-2, should we call it? 5-3-2 attacking, I think that would be. Or 3-5-2, I don't know. 3-5-2 attacking, maybe. On to 11th place, Southampton, managed by Durham. Durham, you're also playing that sort of formation. The 5-3-2 or the 3-5-2, 5-3, whatever you want to call it, fuck knows. I think Durham's got some decent players as well. Always see that name there and I just think of the Lucenov database. Let's carry on now then. On to Manchester United, London, 4-3-3. And on to, finally, in the top flight, Tranmere Rovers, managed by Reese. Reza, is it Reese? And he's got that formation. Of course, let me now remind you, our Romanian players are in Division 1. And surprise, surprise, Mark is leading the way. Stoke City for Mark then. Our very own chairman of the game, flat 4-4-2. I like a bit of simplicity. He's doing a good job there. He's definitely doing a good job, is Mark. Bolton Wanderers, second place. Eversham. Eversham is, got the old 5-3-2, 3-5-2, whatever the fuck you want to call it. And finally, Blackburn Rovers, run by Just a Ghost. Might be Just a Ghost, that's one of the newbies. I forget who the newbies are since we launched Season 5. Okay, so let's take a look now then at the leagues. The League Cup and the FA Cup. The League Cup, Liverpool or Millwall will take on Chelsea. Man City will take on Colchester or Man United. Plymouth will take on Spurs. So we're going to have an AI in the semi-finals. And Wolves against Southampton. So who is it? Southampton again? Durham. So me against you, Durham. Durham, I wish you all the bad luck in the world. Let's go to the FA Cup. The FA Cup, the second round, doesn't apply to any of us as we will all enter from the third round. Charity Shield, just give you cast your mind back. That went to Redders, who won the Charity Shield. Well done there. Let's take a look at the... trying to think the best way to do this. Champions League or UEFA Cup. Redders is leading the way there. Let's go to the quarterfinals. See who's... Look at the quarterfinals. The fuck did I get to that? Bloody idiot. God, what a fucking idiot am I? Competitions, European, UEFA Cup. Okay, so Tranmere Rovers is still flying high. I see. So we've gone through the first leg, it looks like. Yeah, it looks like we've gone through the first leg. Liverpool's a difficult looking second leg for Liverpool, to be honest with you, given the fact that they've got conceded an away goal. Colchester 0 Feyenoord 2. Well, that's made my fucking day, that has. Colchester 0 Feyenoord 2. I know it's only a game, right, but it's all about seeing Trunky lose. That's what this game is all about. I'm only joking. I hope you get thrashed in the return leg. Right, so that's the UEFA Cup. Let's have a look at the Champions League. Chelsea, Spectral, bit of work to do there in the second phase, but you are in the second phase. Take nothing away from you. Man City, looking good with their first win, with the first win in the second phase. Southampton, 1 defeat in the second phase. But the most important thing is all three of our guys, representatives shall I say, have all made it through. Let's see how they all made it through. Southampton did it. I'd have been fairly happy with that group if I was in Southampton's shoes. Let me remind you why there's only 3 representatives in the Champions League. Because this is the ODB Vanilla, and whilst it's top 4 in CM, we all play it. The very, very first season that you play CM, when you first start a brand new game in the ODB, you've only got 3 teams in the Champions League, and that's why. And the only reason I know that, as much as that, is because when we first started playing this, I first broke my virginity playing D.T.L, and I finished 4th. And then we started a new season, and I was like, well, why am I not in the Champions League? But it's not possible to change the code of it to have 4 in the Champions League for Season 1, if that makes sense. So, yeah, that's the reason. That's the reason. Group C, it's Celtic. Group D, no one of interest. Group E, Real Madrid. Group F, Bayern Munich. Group G, Manchester City did it quite convincingly, and Chelsea, well, they had a tough old run to get through. So that is our D.T.L then, guys. Again, as I've said time and time again on the Champions League, on the Championship Manager website, if you've not already registered, I always have a default link right down there. Have a look. Get your ass over there and register. Interact with the various bits and pieces that goes on within the group, because some of it is fucking brilliant. Some of it is shit, like the D.T.L when you lose to rival managers. Then when that happens, I just put it down to a bad day. But Feyenoord have made me smile, to be fair. That's it from me, guys. Till next time, take it easy.